Hello, Leo. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and today we're taking a look into the Akashic Records to see what messages Source has for you. I've set the intention of this reading to be for Leo's Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. So if you have any of those placements, odds are there's a message in this reading for you. If you're not sure what your placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Take a look at that site, and then just come back here and watch the video of your choosing. Also, keep in mind, Leo, this is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you, and therefore messages may come through today that don't fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. Just means that message was meant for another Leo. So take what fits, how it fits, and leave what doesn't. And with all that said, birthday babies, let's dive into your message. What does Leo need to know at this time for Leo's Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus from the Akashic Records? What message do you have for Leo today? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your message, we have self-love. You are worthy and deserving of all the abundance in the universe. Treat yourself with the love and respect you deserve and desire, and others will follow suit. At the bottom of the deck, you have release. You're being asked to release any toxic people or situations from your life. You deserve to be free of all drama, and this is the first step to achieving that. So a big act of self-love here on behalf of the Leo Collective, to let go of something or someone who no longer, I want to say, no longer respects you, but I feel for some of you, this person hasn't respected you for quite some time. But either they're no longer respecting you, or there's something here about them just no longer being part of your journey, no longer serving your highest good. I feel like you're elevating, and as we elevate in life, people tend to kind of fall out of our lives. And this is saying to just release and let them go with love, and let them continue their own path and their own journey. Bottom of the deck, we have abundance. So anytime something or someone is removed from our life, it creates energetic space for new to come in. So releasing this situation, environment, connection, habit, pattern, trauma, allows now for something else to take its place. And for you, it happens to be abundance. So let's get into your message now using tarot. Tell me more about self-love here and release for the Leo Collective. What do they need to know for Leo's Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus? What do they need to know about self-love and release? Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, Temperance. Archangel Michael here is with you. It's a beautiful way to start the message. World card. So you will be assisted by Archangel Michael in closing this significant chapter in your life, because you've learned all you had to learn from that person or situation. That is followed by the Eight of Cups. Again, guiding you, escorting you, I just heard, onto the new path towards your Nine of Cups. Yeah, Six of Swords. Look at the angelic relief you are receiving here to not just help you close out a chapter, but then to help you move forward in your life as well. This is huge. Two of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. I think you sat at this Y point for so long, and it's difficult, right, when we have to disconnect or disengage from someone, a friend, a family member, a lover. There's difficulty here. And so I think you've been sitting at the Y point, you've been wanting to take action. And this is a lot of back and forth action, because the Knight of Swords for me is the fastest knight in the deck. And then the Knight of Cups is the second fastest knight, or I'm sorry, the third fastest knight, second slowest. The only knight slower, it would be the Knight of Pentacles. So it's like, I'm going to disconnect from this person, but not right now. I'm going to disconnect, not right now. So being at this Y point, it's like this is angelic relief, divine intervention here to not only help you close it, but help you usher through, move through it, and get to the other side. We have King of Wands, which is your energy, Two of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. See, I feel like this was the back and forth, repetitive pattern with this person. And again, I know it's difficult when you have to let go of someone, but the reality is, if they're not healthy for you in your life, then the best thing to do for you and for them is to let them go. And I know I went through that with my mom, and it was difficult. We had a very tumultuous relationship my whole life. I think it started when I was around 8 or 9 years old. I don't know why I'm being called to share this with you, but I am. There was a role reversal around that age, and I think it's just when her issues started appearing. And so I went from being the child to having to be the parent at 9 years old, with a younger brother who was 4 at the time. And suddenly, because my dad was working 2, often 3 jobs to put food on the table, I suddenly became like the caretaker, not just of myself, but of my brother. And thankfully I had that divine intervention. And I always looked at my paternal grandmother that way, as like a heaven sent angel. It's like she intervened and suddenly became the mom that my brother and I didn't have. And And although my mom was very present, she wasn't very present up here, if you know what I mean. And that just became worse as the years went on. And now as an adult, the relationship is has been impacted greatly by her mental health issues, which she could obtain help for, but she absolutely refuses to. And so in an act of self-love, I had to release her. So it's not easy when it's a parent, regardless of what the history is. So whoever this person is for you, like I said, friend, family member, or lover, I know firsthand how difficult it can be, but you're receiving angelic support here, whether that is just courage and perseverance and strength coming your way, or if Archangel Michael is actually bringing someone in your life, or assisting someone who currently is in your life to become more prominent in order to help you. But you do have the angelic support, much like I had at 9 years old there. So tell me more about the World card. What is closing out here for Leo? It's definitely a situation, environment, or connection which has grown toxic. I keep hearing disrespect. So I don't know if this person has disrespected you in a multitude of ways. And it could be several people. It doesn't just have to be one. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The World card is being clarified by the Four of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. So for some of you, it's a family member. Could be a spouse or someone that you shared residency with. Could be roommates. I feel like at some point, this individual or these individuals either appeared or actually were stable in some way. And then over a course of time, it seems like you grew apart. There are more and more arguments, more cutting words, fighting. This is an individual who feels like they have to win at all costs, or keep you small, or keep you down, kind of cut you at the knees, figuratively speaking. Again, it's all in an effort to keep you small. I think that's why it's difficult for you, because at some point you had happiness, or you had hoped to have happiness with this person. I also think that there was a belief here for some of you that if you stuck it out long enough, this person would change, or they would see your value or see your worth. But that wasn't their intention in your life. Their intention in your life wasn't for you to persevere through their nonsense, so they would see your worth and value. Their purpose in your life was to cause the chaos and the drama, so you would see your own value, not that they would see it. That was their intended purpose. And if you look at individuals in our life as people that we have soul contracts with, for good or for bad, then you grow to accept, like I have, that everyone, every connection we have is a lesson for us. And like for my mom, I think that lesson was that as an adult, I had to speak up in ways that I didn't speak up as a child. And I found my voice at, 45 years old, and then again at 50, to cut her out of my life. And again, not an easy thing to do, but I had to find my self-worth, my self-value, and my self-love in order to do that. And I think that's what you're being called here to do. Not that you have to prove yourself to that person. That wasn't their intended role. This was a good effing teacher, a hard one. The best ones usually are. Tell me about the Eight of Cups. Where's Leo headed now? Where's Leo headed now? One more shuffle here. Thank you. This is like the divine saying, enough, because you wouldn't walk away. Or so this is like enough, like they have to intervene. So I'm asking where you're going. Three of Cups, healthier relationships, could be a new community. This could be a physical move, new love partners, new friends, new family. I'm really getting community. I think for a good handful of you, you're considering moving. We have the Ten of Wands, dropping those burdens, and the High Priestess. So you've learned a very valuable spiritual lesson here. The High Priestess is the individual who holds or retains within them the book of knowledge. So I feel like this is another lesson here that you can kind of check off that you've learned, or you're in the process of learning, and that is your self-respect. You have the Lovers, the King of Swords, and the Judgment card. So like with everything in life, you have the divine gift of free will. You don't have to cut this person out of your life, but there should be some basic understanding here. And I think if you go within, you reach that conclusion and make that judgment call that that situation with that person or those people will never change. It's not intended to change. So if you want to continue existing in that connection or those connections, you can. As long as you can see it clearly, then go ahead and make the choice to continue to stay in it. But the situation won't improve, because that's not what that soul contract with that person is all about. Six of Swords, where are you headed towards now? Tell me more about where the Leo collective is heading. It's like graduating 4 years of high school. Could you do those 4 years again? You could. Would you learn anything new? Not really. It's not like you'll graduate with a master's or a bachelor's. You got your high school diploma. Like that's the best that you'll get out of it. And I feel like that's what that situation with that person or those people can be equated to. Six of Swords here for Leo. One more shuffle. Thank you. Where are you headed? Eight of Pentacles, self-mastery, the Emperor, and the Wheel of Fortune. Whole new cycle where you get to call the shots. The Emperor is someone who knows their value and knows their worth, and they know what they bring to the table. Bottom of the deck, the Hermit. This was a big lesson for you, Leo. We have Strength card here at the bottom of the deck. I want to know a little bit more about this person and their soul contract with you. I know it's a collective general reading, but I keep being called to this. So tell me more about this person. What else does Leo need to know about this person? Thank you. The card that came flying out of the deck is the Hangman. See them and your relationship or relationships with them in a new light. We have the Hierophant. There you go. More of that lesson. Three of Swords. Their contract with you, and I know it's so hard to hear, was to break your heart in order to fix your vision. To help you grow, to be more resilient, to understand that you're the master of your domain. Two of Cups and the Fool card. This puts you on path now. Now it's like because you value yourself and you elevate, you will draw in and attract people at your vibration. This lesson here has concluded. Again, if you want to stay in that connection, you can, but it won't go past this, unfortunately. Yeah, their role was to break your heart in order to fix your vision. And that's tough when that's family. I get that. Tell me about the Knight of Swords and Knight of Cups, because this is changing now for you. Now that you are freed from having to make the decision, because again, I feel like you're receiving angelic support here to move on. So let's say this is a toxic job situation. This is like out of the blue, without you even applying anywhere. Suddenly, there's a new job offer. You're standing in line in a coffee shop and you hear someone talk about an opening at their company. And now you know that you can apply to it because it's aligned with what you do for a living. This could be a friend saying, you know, my company is opening up another location and I think maybe you should apply. You know, I can help you with that, right? I have an in at the company. They haven't announced it yet to the public. So there's something like that here. So if it's like work related, it's kind of like out of the blue when you're not looking for it. Suddenly you get this divine intervention. So let's say it's a chaotic living situation. Suddenly you hear about another opening elsewhere, or a friend of yours asks you to like room up with them and be roommates. And now that enables you to like maybe leave a chaotic home environment or a chaotic relationship. There's definitely something here about angelic support. I want to know a little bit more about that, but then I want to get into this. Tell me about Temperance here. What is this angelic intervention? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Lovers, the Page of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Yeah, you have someone new here. You have someone new here coming in with a new offer or new opportunity. Again, your choice, whether or not you want to take it and change jobs or change living situations or leave one lover for another. Like, I don't know what this is for you, but this is angelic support. At first, I thought you would have to do this alone. I don't think that's the case for 99% of you. This is someone coming in here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. And if they're not an air sign, it's just someone who communicates extraordinarily well, because both cards there are attributed to Mercury. So that is what I have. You could be a Virgo, now that I mentioned Mercury, not that any of those cards there are attributed to, but the Knight of Pentacles is, and that stuck out to me before. So it could be a Virgo or an air sign, or like I said, someone who's just very practical in nature and communicates effectively. That's the new boss. That's the new living situation. That's the new lover. That's the best friend that comes in and says, hey, look, I know shit is hitting the fan at home. I have an extra bedroom. Why don't you come stay with me? This person is meant to be your shelter from the storm. They're not saving you. They're helping you on your journey into your next chapter. Knight of Swords to that Knight of Cups. So if you were to take that offer opportunity, this is where the game changes. This is where the Wheel of Fortune now kicks in. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Page of Wands, we have the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Cups. Some of you may not be open to this new opportunity, the new job, the new living situation. You may be of the mindset that you could still make it work with this person or this job or whatever this is for you. And you can try. You know, we can do the same lessons over and over again. I know. I was married for 24 years. It's a long time to wait. And I'm not going to say they were all bad, but the last 10 years were hit or miss. But I woke up one day and realized this isn't getting any better. So yeah, some of you may kind of kick the gift horse in the mouth. Is that the saying? I believe it is. Some of you may not just see it, and some of you may outright reject it. And again, you have the choice to do that. But this person, again, is coming in to offer you this opportunity to collaborate with you and to help you get to the Ten of Pentacles, because the Three of Pentacles is someone who's actively working with you and collaborating with you in the hopes of investing in this dream or goal or wish that you have, and kind of escorting you towards the Ten of Pentacles. So again, it's your choice if you want to accept this person or not, but they're coming in with the Ace of Pentacles. But look at that Five of Cups. If you're too focused on the past or what you lost, you may either miss this person entirely or reject what they're offering. So very similar to the Cancer message. I would pay attention to anyone now who's coming into your life offering you assistance. It could be someone that you know, like in my case when I was younger was my grandmother, or this could be someone entirely new. If this is an entirely new person, let's get timing for you. Well, that came out quickly. We had the King of Pentacles. So this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We're now in Virgo season. So for some of you, it is Virgo season, but I want to get a better timing card for you, because not every tarot deck, or not every card in a tarot deck is timing. So can I get timing here? If this is a new person, when Leo will be meeting them. And again, this isn't to rescue you. This is to give you the opportunity. You can choose to accept it or deny it. One more shuffle here for timing. Queen of Swords. So for some of you, it's within a week. I would pay attention to any new people you meet within a week, or at least within the next 4 weeks of Virgo season. That is what I have for you, Leo. It looks like a little act of self-love, and releasing whoever this is can be difficult for you, but you have someone coming in. This is divine intervention to help you to get to that Ten of Cups. Whether or not you choose to take that opportunity is entirely up to you. But help is on the way. That is what I have for you, my friend. If you like that message from the Akashic Records, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out your other placements. And until I read for you again, I wish you good luck on this journey. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.